What's going on, everybody? It's Kilo Sports TV. Happy to be here. Happy to be back. Episode 1. We got a really good topic. I got my man Nanny with me, Eagles super fan,
Yes, sir.
also
Go
boxing
birds.
aficionado as well. We were looking forward to giving you some good analysis, good breakdown, post-fight breakdowns, and also talk about some fights coming up as well. So Nanny, man, give me your opinion. The biggest fight of the last 2 weeks, Canelo Crawford, man. Give me your opinion on that.
And I'll say Canelo showed his boxing age, man, because like from the jump, like we've been seeing like Canelo's been like withering out gradually, less and less jabs, but like he really showed his boxing age. Granted, he's way younger than Crawford, but man, he's been boxing since 15, so that really showed in that fight. But kudos to Crawford though. Perfect game plan. Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. It's crazy because I was big on the Canelo side. I'm like, Canelo's gonna win by knockout. And then watching the fight, I'm like, dang, like he's low-key getting cooked, right? I'm like, and the first thing I said, man, Canelo's getting older, but I can't say that because it will make us sound like we're discrediting Crawford, and I don't want to do
Yeah.
that either. Because Crawford did have a perfect game plan to actually box against them, and and even in the other losses that he's had, Canelo, guys that are boxer first or very technical boxers always give him issues because he's very flat-footed.
Yeah.
But when I saw the CompuBox numbers, right? The people say, "Oh, how the fight that close?" Bud won 10 rounds to 2, 9 to 3. But you check the comedy box numbers, he only landed 16 more punches than Canelo. So by those metrics, the fight was closer than what it actually looked like, you know, to the eye. So it begs me
Yeah.
to say maybe in a rematch, it could be a little different, but I don't know. He wants to get back in the ring with
Yeah.
Bud.
I would say like people might say the fight was a wider gap than it actually was because of what we expected from Canelo. Thought it was like not trying to discredit Crawford, but we thought Canelo was going to go in there and like actually beat him up because like the weight class and all that stuff. But this kind of goes back to something I remember that Dimitri Bivol said after his fight with Canelo and he beat Canelo. He said once Canelo gets frustrated, he starts loading up on punches, and it's really like you can telegraph that. And we definitely saw that. We definitely saw that in that fight.
Yeah.
So I think he frustrated him perfect. That game plan, I can remember the first 8 or so rounds, like the first half of the round, Crawford came out guns blazing, and then after that, we would call it bicycle. They're gonna call us haters, but yeah, he got on his bicycle after that, made Canelo miss, frustrated him, and that's how he won that fight. Like really, that's really how he did that. So
Yeah.
it
I,
goes it
I
goes
agree.
back to like
I
it goes
agree.
back to age, boxing age, and also like those bad habits that came back out. Like the Bivol fight was definitely the script that Crawford must have had. Apart from the fact that
Yeah.
Bivol kept like backing Canelo up the entire fight, but that kind of showed a lot of bad habits. Even when he fought against Skull, when Skull was basically running away, Canelo started loading up. So once he gets frustrated in the fight and you're not engaging as he wants you to, because he wants you to engage because he tries to set you up to hit you with that perfect punch that makes you respect his power more and more. Once that doesn't happen, as of late, yeah, he starts loading up, doing a lot of goofy things that you wouldn't expect from someone as world class and a future Hall of Famer like him, but that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head. You wouldn't we did not expect that from a world class fighter. I mean, to be honest, he was top 10 pound per pound, probably top 6 at that point, right? And then you brought up the William Skull fight. Now a lot of people, including me, was upset with William Skull. But to be very honest, William Skull will be a hard fight for anybody, especially at 168, because that Cuban style, that Cuban pedigree really spells trouble for a lot of guys. And I mean, he's not a small 168. He's a big guy. He's very athletic. So I really feel like if he can find a way to get another opportunity, he might be able to make some noise in that weight class. Now that Canelo and Bud might be on the way out. You know what I mean? Because that brings us to our next point. Where does Bud go from this point? Like, does Bud retire? I've been hearing people say Bud gonna fight Bivol and Beterbiev and Benavidez. I'm hearing Bud might go down to 160. What's your opinion on that?
I think he has no business fighting anybody else at 168. there's nothing to gain up there. Benavidez, I can bet my last dime cannot make 168, even if you paid him everything. You give him the GDP of a small country, he cannot make 168 to save his life right now. So that's out the window. That could have been a good fight. He would have used Benavidez like a little punching bag because Benavidez just stands there and just takes punches. But there's no reason he should try to fight Bivol or Beterbiev because that's just danger. Fighting Beterbiev, yeah, man, that'd be like almost signing a death warrant because that's just straight power,
Yeah.
like jabs
Honestly,
and power punches all night.
that might be too much. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
160 is his best bet. 60
Yeah,
is his best
yeah.
bet. If he still wants to fight. Personally, I think he should retire because like that is the best, in my opinion, that's the best resume in boxing right now that I've seen, at least since I've been alive or the years in which I've been interested looking back or not trying to watch black and white fights, but going all the way back to fights in color that I've been able to watch. Like that's the best fighting boxer resume right there. So I think he should
Who?
retire. Terrence Crawford
Uh,
should retire
could.
at this high.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
there's
I
anything to
mean,
gain at this point.
yeah. Honestly, there's nothing to gain. I mean, maybe a Canelo rematch. You want to get one more payday in there, and you can create a narrative that maybe Canelo could have probably do more, but in reality, I think is a case where he's going to box his face off. And I think for Bud, you know, he's at the apex of his career. Like, he's at the absolute apex, right? And on this side, like other guys that are coming up, like on the rise, those fights don't draw enough names to make it interesting to the casual fan, but they draw too much danger. Like Janabek at 160, you know, maybe a Boots coming up to 160,
Yeah,
maybe, a Benavides, a better BF, Bibble. That's too dangerous on this side. And then on this side of it, which is like a Canelo rematch, and then retirement is like, you might as well just go to retirement, go get a suit, go get a men's warehouse suit, suit supplies, something, and just start commentating and make money that way
yeah.
because you've done everything you want to do in the sport. The only thing is, it's unfortunate that we had to wait till the end of his career to really see who he was. I mean, he was dominating the entire time at 147 for like 8 years, 140
That's a
undisputed,
frustrating thing
you know.
about him. That's a frustrating thing about Terrence Crawford's career because, like, I come out straight up and I always say, like, I am one of Terrence Crawford's biggest haters. That's why I was able to accept everything in his performance, and I actually gave him his flowers for that. Because for someone who has hated on him and the competition he's fought, and just the fact that, like, I kept thinking, like, yo, you could be bigger than this. As a fighter, you don't really sell your fights well enough because you're really kind of boring. He actually wasted a lot of like years where he could have gotten way more exposure. That's why, for instance, like the purse split was the way it was. Because as much talent as you might have all the talent in the world. A lot of casual fans, granted, we're talking about casual fans, did not know who Terrence Crawford was, or did not know
Yeah,
enough about him, did not know how much of a terror he was through like 140 and 147. Yeah, that's all on him. But I would say if Boots has the balls to go up to 160 or hell 168, that's a fight there because Boots been calling him out. So if Boots really
yeah,
wants to get in there and get in the mix with Terrence Crawford, he has to do that because you're the young guy, you're the person chasing the all-time great right here. So you might as well do that.
yeah. Nah, yeah, I agree. But for a guy like Boots, in my opinion, just based on talent alone, Boots to me is like he's like a Roy Jones type talent, but we just haven't seen him in historic or memorable moments yet. He stayed. I think he stayed at 147 a little too long. He wanted to unify. Cool. He made Stanionis quit. Cool. He has a fight coming up in like 2 weeks against Lima, which I'm thinking he's going to knock him out. Honestly. So at this point, it's like you got 2 or 3 more fights before we start looking at you like a Tank Davis. Like, yo, bro, you're
Yeah,
Superman talent, but you're fighting, tomato can opponents, and that brings right into the Tank and Jake Paul. We already know what the deal is. Tank Davis is a complete clown for this.
yeah,
Complete clown for this. I mean, you are an active champion fighting an exhibition. Well, technically, it's not an exhibition because I think there was something that came out today with Calvin Ford talking about glove discrepancy, saying Tank fights with 8-ounce gloves, going to 10, whatever the case is, right? The whole point is that you put yourself in a trick bag chasing the bag. People are saying, yo, he's trying to do it for his family. You about to get 50 million plus. I'm like, okay, cool. But now you put yourself in a predicament where
Yep.
if you don't knock Jake Paul out, if you don't destroy this dude in dramatic fashion, it's a loss. You can win the
Yeah,
fight and it
you can
could be
win
a
the fight.
loss.
It'll still be a loss because he still got unfinished business. He looked like
Come on, man.
absolute crap. He looked like absolute crap. In my opinion, and what I expect from Tank Davis, he looked like crap in his last fight. He should have won that fight. He should have won that fight. They should have had a rematch, but he's out here chasing the bag. So it better be a knockout. It like
It
literally,
better
he
be a
better make
knockout, man.
it better be one of
It
those
better be a
situations
knockout.
where people are saying, okay, sometimes power and boxing skill transcends weight. So that better be the case here because this is a gimmick fight. We all know that. This is clearly a gimmick fight. But if if it's not an exhibition and they're actually fighting and they're actually going to let him use his gloves as they should, he better knock him out. Like he was supposed to be the one. Like this is a problem in American boxing right now. Like American boxers in general. Like we keep calling these people like next that they're up next and they either just make bad decisions with who they fight. They fight somebody that makes them realize that they're human, and that's it. That's the end of the hype train. Tank was different, in my opinion. Uh, he was definitely supposed to be a next all-time great. Like I was thinking, like looking when you watch how he fights, like how cerebral he is, and then you add the power, and then you add every single thing about him. Like you're like, yeah, that's supposed to be one of the ones right there. Like how are you a pound for pound boxer, or we're a pound top 10 pound for pound boxer, and you're doing this in this at this
Come on,
level
man.
of your career? Like look at our
Nasty.
little guy Inoue. Anyways, just cleaning up and going. Just cleaning up divisions and going. That's what Tank should be right now. But no, we don't get that. Oh,
We don't get that.
he needs to take a hard look
We
at
don't get that
himself
at all.
and where he wants his career. Because like, yeah, the money's gonna be great after that. And what? Because
Exactly.
if he does this, then his very next fight, he goes and looks like utter crap. Everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, giving excuses. Oh yeah, he got the money, he got the payday, so he doesn't have the passion for boxing anymore. And that's a built-in excuse he already got for himself if he looks bad in this next fight.
I'm telling you, man. And that's the nasty part. I mean, I don't ever want to count people's pockets, but at a certain point, it's like at a certain point, fighting quality opponents matters, man, because the money is going to be there regardless. Floyd fought 26 champions and he made the most money. I mean, flat out, period. Like the the fights that generated the most money in boxing history were the best matchups. Not this, not this, Tank Jake Paul. Because
Yeah,
again,
because if it's thinking about money, look at how much he generated when he fought Ryan Garcia. Like there it is right there. Like he has a start power, but he needs to make more money. Like you said, I'm not counting pockets either, but you've got the star power. Like more people know Tank than Terrence Crawford, at least till the Canelo fight. Like you go at casual fighters, I mean casual fans, they can name Gervonta Davis. They know him by face and by name, but still doing this. So yeah, it made no sense to me. Decision making, or I don't know what his trainers are thinking at this point. Maybe they're all thinking about the bag. Maybe they were just thinking about that's his maybe his last fight when he fought Roach made him really think, have like a hard look at himself, like, okay, maybe I'm not that guy. Like you remember that moment that what's his name again? He used to be 140. What's his name
who,
again?
Regis, Haney,
Not Regis, not Regis and Haney. Damn. I'm blanking for a
at
second. I remember his
140,
name. Yeah, when he sat on the ropes, he
Cambosis.
was 135. Sorry, he sat on the ropes. He was like, damn, do I still got it? You know what I'm talking about?
Was it this recently?
Yeah, this happened like 2022. He beat Lomachenko in 2020.
Cambosis. No, not
Not
Cambosis. Tio.
Yeah, Tio. Like he's gonna have maybe he had a moment like Tio when Tio was like, yeah, do I still got it? That might have triggered that after the Roach fighting. It's like, all right, we gonna chase the bag. After that, I don't know. So
I mean, to be honest, man. To be honest, I think it is my personal belief. If Tank and Roach rematch, as they should, that has to happen. I don't want to see Tank in the ring with anyone else after Jake Paul except for Roach first. That has to be number one. But I think when they do rematch, Tank is gonna wash him. Because if I'm honest, I don't think Lamont Roach is on the same level as Tank. To be honest,
Sure.
that night right there was like Lamont Roach fighting at his absolute peak, and Tank was like right here. So he fought a great fight. Don't get me wrong, and he actually won because the knockdown should have counted. But if they do that again and everything is square, Tank knocks him out or washes him, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Yeah, I definitely see
So
that happening.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
was
wash him out, man.
that was Roach at his absolute best, definitely. But
Absolute best, bro. It's
but it
absolute best.
also
Like
like makes you question a few things about Tank too, because when a fighter actually brings it to you, that's when you're supposed to show there's levels to this. And being distracted, talking about his hair was too oily and stuff. Like, dog, what are we doing here? Like, you're a pound for pound fighter for Pete's sake. Like, come on now, dog. Like,
talking
yeah,
about
man.
talking about your hair and hair grease in your eye. Like, come on, dude. Let's be serious, man. You know what I mean? And quite frankly, as we move on into like the rest of the year, I I don't really see how Tank finds himself in this pound for pound conversation anymore. I really think he's going to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already out the top 10 now, and I'm just hoping that you know fans really show guys like my bad, show guys like Shakur,
Yep.
To, Nakatani, Inoue, Better Be, David Benavidez, Haney, yes, Devin Haney,
I mean,
because people
he's
really got on him
undefeated.
about
He's undefeated.
the Ryan Garcia. People got on him about Ryan Garcia. But listen, I say it was the PEDs because we saw how Ryan looked against Rolly.
Yeah, true.
Rolly is a D minus class fighter,
Goddamn
and
Rolly.
you got beat by him convincingly. It wasn't
You
even
got bit
close.
by Rolly. Like Rolly took you to the washers, man.
Come on, man. So that tells me, yo, the PEDs was involved
Yeah,
somehow,
PEDs was
and
doing
you
something
you
there.
overweight as well. All those things. But to be true, to be honest, I think Devin Haney is going to wash Brian Newman Jr. I think Devin Haney is going to box his face off because, to be honest, like Devin in his last fight against Ramirez, although it wasn't the best
It
offensively,
was,
he showed it was like that, but he showed me like if he doesn't want to get hit,
yeah.
he's athletic enough not to get hit,
But
and
that's
I
what
think that's
confused me
gonna hurt.
about the fight with Ryan Garcia, though, because what I've known from Devin Haney this whole time was, hey, he does not get hit that much. He kind of nullifies what you got. So that's why I kind of look at him like sideways a little bit, because like throughout this whole Tang To Shakur thing, that was a person I was backing right there. I was backing Devin Haney, and that happened. So yeah, man. But
You
yeah,
know what's funny? I think Devin took Ryan for granted. Like he really thought like, I can beat Ryan up. I mean, Ryan is not good. Devin Haney. The funny thing is, the cards were still close, and Devin Haney got knocked down 4 times. That's
yeah.
that's what people don't realize.
It goes back to a similar thing with the Roach and Gervonta Davis thing, because they knew each other from amateurs, right? So
Yeah,
if you've fought somebody before and you understand how to fight them, he might be better than you, but guess what? You know what to do against him.
right.
You're familiar with certain things there, and that's basically what happened both fights there. But right now, I mean the guy is Shakur though. It is Shakur.
Yeah, man. Shakur to me is the best fighter between 135 and 147
Yeah,
today,
that's a fact.
hands down. And I really think it's just a matter of time until we get him in the ring. But I really feel like here's my issue with Shakur, and it's not even about his boxing. It's about how he marketed himself. The way he talked about himself before the De Los Santos fight, as if he's this big bad wolf. Nobody can beat me. Nobody can touch me. Da 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 da. You go in that fight and you have a dud. Granted, I'm gonna give you grace because you broke your hand. I'm gonna give you
Yep.
grace. The next fight, you pepper up Artem,
Yep.
but because of the momentum of your podcasting and De Los Santos fight, people look at you as if you were a snooze fest. In that fight against Artem, when people were leaving the arena in Newark, not Devin, Shakur threw almost 500 punches and landed at like a 50-something% rate in that fight. Like he beat the dude up,
That he gave that dude some like serious concussion that fight. That was
bro.
I wish Buddy got knocked out because that was
I
painful to
wish,
watch. That was
I
painful to
wish
watch.
he really peppered that dude. And
Yeah,
then the next fight,
picked them
he fights
apart.
Josh Padley, knocks out Josh Padley. Then he fights Zepeda and looks super against Zepeda. So now, all right, bet.
Yeah,
You have to go into this Tio fight and you have to bust his ass. I mean,
yeah.
box his face off. But Tio is a very dangerous opponent. He's
And
probably
it's
more dangerous than Tank Davis, honestly.
I think Teo fights to his like whoever he's fighting. That's a level he fights at. That's really what it is. That's what I think. Because just look back at everything like along the years when he fought Loma. He was up there. He looked great. Granted, I thought that was a draw in my opinion, but he kind of did win. And then look at his losses too, because yeah, he definitely fights at his level. I mean, not at his level, sorry, at the level of the fighter right in front of him. So when Shakur comes in there, you know Shakur is he's a perfect like he's just like Devin Haney, where like he knows how to cancel out your best weapon and basically frustrate the hell out of you. I think Teal's crazy enough that he's gonna be on his ass all night. So gotta stay
Listen,
engaged.
man. Listen, man. Tio, like you said, Tio fights to his level of his opponent, right? And one thing about Tio, he's a super athlete and he's always in shape. He's never had a problem making weight, even at 135. I mean, he did have a little issue at 135, 140, but still, at 140, that's going to be a dangerous fight for Shakur. Like this is the fight where Shakur becomes a superstar in like the eyes of
Yeah,
the boxing
yeah,
world
yeah,
because it's almost like it's similar to me like Floyd. What's the dude name? I don't want to say De La Hoya, but that's when Floyd became Money May. But either way, this fight would be similar, like, let's say Floyd versus Juan Manuel Marquez. He came out of retirement in '09, came out,
yeah,
washed him. This is gonna be that. Shakur, this is the moment here. It's not Tank anymore.
yeah,
This is the guy where you become, hey, I'm the best fighter in the world. I'm the one to be beat because I beat the best guy in the division.
yeah.
I came up to 140. I beat the best guy. Tio's the best guy.
Yeah,
You
because
know, I mean,
like
maybe
look at we were just talking about look at Crawford. Like Crawford clearly has not tried to attach his name to anybody, and look at him right now. He's on top of the world. Got space. That's the blueprint for everybody else here. You got to follow that because you can't attach your name to anybody else. You have to have that marquee fight that actually makes you bigger than you've been and makes you in the eyes of like actual fans see, okay, this is a guy we've expected this whole time. This is what we thought was going to be. So yeah, Shakur definitely needs to make a statement. I'm not saying come out there and knock his head off, but boxing masterclass, do that. You can do that for sure.
it has to be a master class. It has to be the best Shakur we've ever seen. You know, it has to be, and because it's going to be a very tough TO. Because like you said, Tio's big enough and athletic enough to jump on Shakur.
Yep.
Not like Zepeda. Zepeda is more like, heavy volume, not much
Yeah.
power. We've seen Tio
Tio
drop
got that
dudes. Tio
power.
got a lot of power
He got that one
and
punch power
quick.
too.
Man, like Tio is literally the perfect dude to showcase who Shakur really is. Like,
You know,
all right, now we're picking to
for
see
the
this guy.
longest, I thought him versus Tank was going to be the best fight ever. Tio versus Tank. That's a fight I wanted the
Yeah,
most.
to be honest, I like Tio to be Tank
Yeah,
personally.
yeah, because I don't think he's felt that power like that before. So that was going to be his
He
real
never has.
test, in my opinion. But
Yeah, yeah. But we know, hey, hopefully Jake Paul can catch him. and then it'll make things better for the box. Like let's really restore balance in the boxing world, man. Like these guys can't keep getting away with this shenanigans,
Yeah,
man.
I
You know what
hear
I'm
you. Putting
saying?
gimmick fights. I mean, if he does Jake Paul the same way Anthony Joshua did, what's his name, UFC
Francis
dude.
Ngannou,
Yeah, man. I'll laugh, man. Yeah, the way he did Ngannou, yeah, man. That was
I mean, but look,
sick.
that if that happens, then Tank becomes even bigger than what he
Yeah,
was.
I'll take everything negative I've ever said about Tank the past 6 years. I'll actually try to find his address and write some fan mail and say I apologize. I know you don't know me, but I'm very sorry for what I've said about you because that's what
I
it
hear
is
that.
for sure.
I hear that. I hear
Yeah,
that, man.
but my next question though, what's up with American heavyweights though,
Trash, trash. They're freaking
or
trash.
or
Jared
Americans
Anderson, trash.
Americans past 175?
Doo doo. Trash. You know why they're trash? Is because I think it goes like twofold, right? The amateur system for heavyweight boxers is like drying out. There's not many to really choose from. That's number one. Two, these heavyweight guys are signing these promotion companies and they're not putting them in the right spots. There is no reason why Jared Anderson should have been fighting Bacoli last minute on that card. There
Hey,
was
but
no
they
no
thought
reason for
they
that.
thought that was his level, wasn't he? Like number 8 ranked heavyweight on the Ring magazine. They took the ratings to their head. That's where it went. Yeah,
Took us to his
and
head,
then
man, and like yeah. I mean,
and then
Dude's beating
Bacoli went and got like smacked by Joseph Parker on short notice. So, but that's even another
on
name
Foreign
that we
NBA.
got. Yeah, that's another name we gotta respect now. Joseph Parker, the turnaround in his career, man. Like after all those losses
Bro,
to Dillian White, the close fights with Derek Chisora, losing to Anthony Joshua, and now he's here. What the beatdown he put on Deontay Wilder, and like, come on, man.
yeah, I think Joseph Parker, he deserves the next fight against Usyk because he put enough work in to deserve it, in my opinion. But I think there's a young guy coming up.
Itoma,
Man, man, special, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Special, bro. Special, bro. He's the one.
yeah. He's the one. He's the one.
He's really the one. He's the one, bro. Like I don't even. I think give him like 3 more fights. By that time, Usyk will be a little older. You
Yeah,
catch him then, knock him out, and then now
I
you're the
think
king.
I think
Because
Usyk is
I
too
don't
smart
see
to stick
anyone
around
else.
that long.
Yeah,
because
I
because
mean,
the fight he had with Dillian White, I saw Dillian White being like the gatekeeper to okay to the top 10. Okay, beat him, your top 10 for sure. Yeah, and he smacked Dillian White. He beat the crap out of Dillian White. So
smacked him up,
we
bro.
we we seen that. So yeah, man, he's a real deal. If whatever interim fight, like title fight he should get an interim fight. Because I know with Usyk having all those belts, there's gonna be some interim fights. Yeah, he should definitely do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I want to see I want to see him against. Matter of fact, put him against AJ. Throw him in there with him. AJ
Hey
been
man,
out for a while.
hey
Throw
man,
him in there.
I don't want to see that, man. After he got put face down, ass up against Dubois, I don't want to see that again, man.
Dog,
That
man.
that that hurt my heart, man.
AJ is so disappointing, bro. AJ could be so much better.
Yeah,
But it's like he doesn't think sometimes. It's like he
yeah.
thinks he's so big and strong. Like he really went in there. He had Dubois on the back foot, and then Dubois caught him like with his hands down, like this, hand just down, caught him. I'm like, AJ, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Usyk, I can understand. Usyk is a better boxer than you, cool.
Yeah.
But Dubois
Hey,
or the
but
other dude,
that
cannot lose
second
to
fight
you.
against Usyk, like, granted he lost, but like that's the best I've ever seen AJ fight. Second fight, the split decision,
Yeah,
which really wasn't a split decision in my opinion. That's the best I ever seen him fight. Like he brought it, but Usyk was
for
just
real.
Usyk. Yeah. I mean,
I
like
feel like the best I've ever seen him was against
Klitschko.
Disco.
I mean, granted he won at
Me
the end. I
personally.
mean, like, yeah, 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 true, true, true. After that knockdown, and he came in and still, yeah, true. That was good, but
I
like
mean,
going back,
but it was still a good fight though.
yeah. But then it also shows you Usyk's level. because remember the Tyson Fury the first fight with Tyson Fury, the first 6 rounds things weren't looking too great. It was like a 4-2 or 5-1, and then from the 7th to the 12th round, he just took Fury out of that fight. So that's another all-time great we
Yeah,
got
man.
right there.
Usyk to me is super special, bro. Super. I mean, Usyk is a super fighter. Honestly, I mean, I know Chance Crawford is #1 pound for pound right now, but in my book, I don't think he's above Usyk personally.
Yeah, because he's fighting people like 50 pounds that got 50 pounds on him and doing all of that. Like we can't
Easy.
discard that. It might be the heavyweights. They like to dog heavyweights and say, they got way less skill and all that. But guess what? You get clipped by the wrong person. Doesn't matter how weak they are. You're going to sleep. Hell, Jarrell Miller at 300 pounds, 310 pounds of his ass could do that to you and take you out of the fight, regardless of how horribly he is to watch. So
Or freaking Big Bang Zang.
yeah, as slow as he is, can get you.
Oh.
So
And to be honest, I mean, the way I look at it is like this, right? It's like we understand like when the skills are comparable, the weight does matter, right? So if you have a guy that's undisputed at the heavyweight division, 9 times out of 10, there's nobody else like in boxing from bridger weight
yep,
all the way down to straw weight is gonna
yep,
beat this guy. Personally,
yep,
in my opinion, like
yeah.
you can't put Usyk in the ring with Crawford and Crawford wins. There's no way. I mean, unless Crawford wants to run the whole night. But
It's
again,
not gonna be a
that's
bike. It's gonna be a motorcycle. He's gonna be on one of the
man,
MotoGP things. That's the only way he can
man, that's
win.
all like this, bro.
Yeah,
Granted, that never happened, but that's the idea behind the weight classes. Like a dude at the higher weight class is not gonna lose. Like if you put Ali against Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard or Marvin Hagler, he's gonna beat their
he's
ass.
gonna beat their ass. True.
Period. That's why
Yeah,
we give
man.
the guys that are heavier a little more credit. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to the fights coming up. We definitely got to tap in again. This has
Yeah,
definitely been an episode. So we're definitely gonna tap in again. We got a lot of fights coming up. Let me read up the schedule real quick before we tap out. October 11th, we got Boots versus Lima.
yep.
October 25th, we got Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley.
Wardley. That's a big fight right there. Fabio Wardley, man, he's got some NyQuil in those gloves, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big fight.
Yep.
Then we got that same night, we got Fondora versus Keith Thurman. I like Fondora by knockout,
Yeah. Devastating
personally.
knockout. Even though he fights like he fights like he's a short guy. He's always trying to fight on the inside. You're 6 foot 1 million, and you're fighting like you're always trying to be on the inside. But
Yeah, just keep this shit out here, brother.
yeah,
And in the moment they get past this, boom,
boom.
that's it.
Yep.
Right here. Get
Right
past it,
there.
boom.
Like you're
Get
six
past it,
foot four
boom.
fighting at he's fighting at 154. Who's gonna get close to you?
Dude, he's 6'7". That's
Six.
crazy.
Oh yeah, even worse,
He's
man.
six
Like
seven.
like like no
He's
one
like
should even
80 inch reach. He can't get touched.
like they
Honestly
shouldn't
speaking.
even know what your cologne smells like.
For real. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. November 8th, we got Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. That's gonna be a big fight. I like Ortiz to win
I
that,
like
but
Ortiz. I got
it's gonna be
Ortiz
a
in
big
that.
fight. Of course, the 14th, we got Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis, whatever. November 22nd, we got Benavidez versus Anthony Yard, Amy versus Norman, and we got Bam versus someone else, I believe, as well on that card.
Hey, Anthony Yard's my guy, man. If he's got a chance in the first 5 rounds,
I mean, to be honest, I mean,
athletic as hell, but he wears off. Remember his fight against
yeah,
Kovalev? He does wear out. When he fought Bertabia, same thing happened too. So
yeah. I mean, if Benavidez is who we think he is, I mean, I think he's perfect for 168. 175, I don't know if he has the punching power, but he had a good fight against David Morrell, so we'll
yeah,
see. But I do expect him to win this fight against Yard, and then I want him to fight Beterbiev next. That should be who you call out next. Forget Canelo,
yeah.
forget Bivol, go after Beterbiev, because if you beat him, now you have to be in line for all the titles against Bivol.
Like
Have
you
to.
beat you beat the boogeyman. You're the boogeyman now. So
Yeah. And I mean, in that fight, that fight might be the most violent fight ever,
Yep.
or at least in the last 15, 20 years, at least. Like Benavidez is gonna be it's gonna be too much blood, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And then on December 27th, we got Inoue versus
Anyway.
Alan Picasso. I think Inoue is gonna watch that guy,
Yeah.
and then end the year with 4 fights, looking spectacular. And hopefully we see him against Nakatani next year.
Yeah, because
Hopefully.
isn't Nakatani on that same card?
He's on the same card, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, him Nakatani, that's a super fight. Japanese gonna be eating good if they see that fight. So
And you know what's funny, bro? I low key like Nakatani. Low key. Only because he's a little bit taller, a little bit longer, and
anyway, gets
um
hit.
we've seen him get dropped twice.
Yep.
Anyway, got dropped by a random dude on ESPN in Vegas like a few months ago.
Yeah. True.
So we'll see. And then also we got on that 25th of October, Fulton versus Foster. I like Foster to beat Fulton. I like Fulton
You
coming up
sure?
in weight, but I don't think he's gonna beat Fulton yet.
I think Fulton's gonna have like a really conservative, unanimous decision.
You think
That's what
so?
I see. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Foster get robbed a few times though. He got
Yeah.
robbed bad on
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's
Bad.
he's a pretty good fighter. He's a pretty good fighter. He's a pretty good
He's
fighter.
really good. I think
Yeah.
I think this is the fight for him to show out. Is a guy coming up in weight, put a beating on him if
Yeah.
you
We'll
can.
see, man.
But we'll see. But we'll see, man. But listen, man, really appreciate you. I really thank you for coming on. You know, this first episode, we got plenty more. We will definitely have you back for like some like
Sure.
pre-fight talk. We've got plenty of fights coming up as you see.
Yes, sir.
So remember, y'all, this is going to be a very familiar face as we go on with this boxing analysis as we move on. Any last words?
Now, thanks for having me, man. And
Nah, for sure.
like I said, I'm just getting done apology letters to Terrence Crawford. I've hated him with passion since 2013, 2014, and
Yeah,
I have to eat my words then. So yeah, that's
nah,
all I
for
got to
sure.
say, man.
Nah, for sure. All right, now that's Kilo Sports TV signing off. Peace.